Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Moving Markets Podcast. It is Thursday, July the 16th, 2026. The stock market is just about 5 seconds away from opening up officially for the day's trading. Um, there are some good things going on in the market, but not the great things as it relates to a couple of the companies we trade. So we've got on the one hand, we've got Google and JP Morgan both up again this morning. Um, Both should be getting really, really close to us being able to exit those trades. I know some people did get out of Google yesterday. They're already out of the trade. I have an exit order in place for Google. It has not filled yet. I'm hoping that will fill today. JP Morgan up farther. That one should be a trade that you should be able to exit. I've got a limit order set at 245 and the mid price is showing 264 and it's still not filling for me, which is discouraging, but it's just a question of it will fill and it will close. It just hasn't yet. It's not something I'm super stressed about. So we've got that going on. Those are the good things. Netflix edging closer to their reporting earnings. But we've got AMD, Micron, and NVIDIA down again today. NVIDIA managed to finish positive yesterday. NVIDIA actually ended the day fractionally in the green after being down all day long. Barely in the green. If you can see this, this is kind of tricky to see it, but over here, they spent all that entire day. This was red, and then at the end of the day, they just managed to go a little bit green. They're down a little bit this morning. Not real horrible, not real bad. AMD down, and I'm a liar if I tell you I'm not a little bit nervous about can they hold above the 500 mark just long enough for us to get out of this trade? Yesterday was a rough day for AMD, and the fact that they're adding to that decline today, we're still $13 in the money on this $500 strike price short call, and basically all we have is today and tomorrow for them to trade. But they've got to come back a little bit. They're down $14 a share right now, and we've got to see today if they don't come back a little bit, it's going to be rough. It's going to look kind of ugly. Um, JP Morgan has now turned negative, but it's not real bad. They're down 70 cents a share, but they're $6 in the money on the short call there. And again, we should be okay on that. Um, Micron, this is, man alive. When I got into this Micron trade, I thought this was going to be one of the easiest trades I'd ever been in. And you're now talking from the peak right here, which I believe was 1225, 1255, down to where they're at right now, 870. Let's call it 870 now. Let's call it 880 for easy math. 1255 minus 880, $375, and you divide that by the 1255. Micron is down now a fraction of 1% from 30%. You're talking 29.88% from the high down to where they are right now. 30%, literally in a matter of 2.5 weeks. That to me is crazy. It's, in my opinion, it's kind of unjustified, but there's no denying it. It's what happened. It's not like, I can sit here and say they didn't deserve to go down like that. That's unrealistic. That's unjustified. Doesn't matter. It happened, and it is happening. We've got options. I tried to roll mine yesterday to no avail. I don't know if I want to try again today to do a roll straight out because I don't know that would do any good at this point. I don't see a scenario now where Micron um, rebounds enough to get us back over $1,000. I mean, they were close to it yesterday at the open. They were closer to it the day before. It's not something that couldn't happen. It's the idea that it could happen today, tomorrow, and Monday with all of the momentum of this company being in the opposite direction of what we need. That's what's unlikely. So, could it come back to $1,000 a share? Yes. Is it likely to come back to 1,000? My answer would be no, it's not likely. So when I'm done with this presentation, I'm going to work on a couple of possible adjustments with Micron. Probably it's going to be a simple roll of the short options from the 1,000 strike down to the $990 strike. That would just be a roll straight down. It would turn it with no more risk than what we have right now. It would change it from a bull call to a bear call trade. That's all it would do. I show there's only about 68, 70 cents per share available in doing that. Just jumped up to 75 cents. I'll look at that and look at other things that we might be able to do and see what makes the most sense. But that one is looking rough. We have to do something with it. JP Morgan now down $3 a share, $3.50 a share. That's only 1%. I don't think it should get any worse than that today. We'll keep a close eye on that. Um, that's basically where we find ourselves on a Thursday morning. Google in good shape. I think JP Morgan will still be in really, really good shape. Lockheed Martin, were any of you that are on with me live? I know others won't be able to answer this question because they'll be watching the recording. Were any of you successful? Did you do anything with LMT yesterday? Did you see an out when they got up high? Or did you? I'm going to roll mine out. I think Lockheed Martin is going to come back. I think uh, if for no other reason, the stuff, the escalation of things going on in the Gulf, people are going to realize this is not smart to be selling off this company. They're up a little bit right now. Yesterday they were up and then they were down and then they were up and then they were down. The day before, same thing. Um, I actually think they can get back above 500, but not before the end of the day tomorrow, or 520. I mean, so I'm going to roll mine out. Um, I'll send that as well. And then Micron opened the day down almost $50 a share. Now they're only down 17. Again, it's not that they couldn't come back. It's that I just think it's a fool's game to think that they're going to come back far enough, fast enough. So yeah, we got a little work to do today. I've got my work cut out for me. When I get done with this presentation, I'll be putting together some adjustments on a couple of things for sure, and keeping a really close eye on AMD. I'm profitable right now in my AMD trade. I could exit the trade right now with a little bit of profit, but not the kind of profit that should be there. And if we can just hold today and tomorrow above 500, we'll get some really nice profit out of it. So that's what I am hopeful for. So keeping a close eye on that. Um, there's not to say there's not a lot of news going on that's driving the markets is kind of unfair. The Iran thing, the escalation there. I told you yesterday, I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting really wearied of it. Iran is now talking really tough. I think it's out of major desperation. I think they know they are on the brink of, complete collapse. I mean, they're 90% of the way there already. I think they know they're on the brink of complete collapse. So they're talking tough. They're talking about red lines. They're talking about how their retaliation is going to be like the hand of God. I don't think anyone's buying it. I don't think anyone believes they're in a position to do anything, but it would be nice to see the rhetoric disappear and see things get resolved there because the situation has pushed oil back up over $80 a barrel. And that I think is trouble. I mean, it's still not as high as it was at the worst point of this conflict, but neither is it back down to being lower than it was before the conflict. And I think anyone with a rational mind would agree it would be nice to see it back down to below where it was pre-conflict, to help with prices in every aspect of our lives. So we'll watch that and hope for the best right there. The Dow's not up as much as it was early on. I see a lot of I see the Dow Jones Industrial Average being quite mixed right now. Um, Most of the Dow components are in the green, but none of them by a lot, with the exception of United Healthcare. United Healthcare is way up, and that's probably propping the Dow up because none of the rest of the Dow components are way up. And there's a handful: IBM, Goldman Sachs, Cisco, Caterpillar. A few of those are the heavier weighted companies in the Dow. Um, Especially when you're talking about Goldman Sachs and Caterpillar, and they're all down, 2.5 to 3%. So it's making it hard for the Dow to gain much ground. But the trading day is early. Um, Lots to go, lots to happen today. Like I said, I've definitely got my work cut out for me, so I'm going to get to it. I'm going to wrap up right there. We'll continue to monitor some of the things that are close, and I'll make some adjustment on the things that are not close. And I'll get them out on Discord and on email as quickly as I can. Have a good rest of your Thursday, everybody, and I'll be back live tomorrow morning. Bye bye.